to my channel, Ruby Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet this beautiful baby boy's sweater. This is a size from 6 months to a year. It's very easy to do, and I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make this beautiful sweater. To make this little sweater, this is the yarn I'm gonna use. They're all the same type. They are crafted square knitting yarn, 100% acrylic, 50 gram, and they are light 3. I bought them at the Dollar Tree. And this one is like a turquoise, and this one is like a navy blue. You're gonna need buttons. I have these ones here that I bought at the Dollar Tree. They are made of coconut shells. They're really cute. I don't know how many I'm gonna use. This pack have 20, so I'll let you know. The crochet hook is 2.5 millimeters. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors, and needle and thread to sew the buttons. We're gonna start with a slip knot, and we are going to do a chain of 88. It's exactly the same amount of chain that we did for the little girl's sweater last week. Since we're using a 2.5 crochet hook, and we use for the little girl a 3.5, this is going to be much smaller. So you're going to continue like this until you have 88. Once you have your 88, you're going to chain 3, and you're going to go to the 5th chain from the hook, and you're going to do a double crochet, and like that you have 2 double crochet. This in the top is exactly the same as the little girl's sweater from last week. You're going to do 14 double crochet, and in that number 14 we're going to separate the front and the first sleeve. Here I have my 14 double crochet. Now in the same space in here, I'm going to do another double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet in the same space. Now we're going to do 14 more double crochet, and we're going to start in the next chain space. Let's start with our first 14. So you're going to continue working until you have 14 more double crochet. It'll start to look like this. Here I have my 14 double crochet. Now in that same space I'm going to do another double crochet. I lost the yarn over. I'm going to chain 2, and in the same space I'm going to do another double crochet. Now we're going to do 32 double crochet for the back. We just separated one front, one shoulder, and now the back. So you're going to do 32 double crochet. So I'll meet you here when I have my 32. It'll start to look like this. Here I have my 32. Now in that same space I'm going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet. Now you're going to do 14 double crochet, and at the same 14 you're going to do another double crochet, a chain 2, and another double crochet in the same space. After that you will do the last 14 that you have left, so it will be exactly the same as you did in this side. Okay, so remember, now you have to do 14, and then the same 14, another double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, and you will have 14 chain left, and you will do 14 double crochet. So I'll meet you here at the end. Once you finish row number 1, it will look like this, and now we're going to start row number 2. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. you're going to turn your work around, and you're going to do 1 double crochet in the back strand of each double crochet. This is exactly the same top as the little girl's top, as you see in that video. If not, and if you want to check it out, I'm going to leave the link here. So it's exactly the same in the back strand of yarn. You can see a lot in here because this is a really dark navy blue, but in the back here you have like a V in the back strand. That's what I'm doing my double crochet. And now you're going to do 15. Each time you do a row, you're increasing 1 stitch on the front, 2 in the sleeve, 2 in the back, 2 in the other sleeve, and 1 in the front. So now you have to get the chain 2 space, and you're gonna do inside 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet. And in each row you're gonna do that increase. So now if you can, you have 16 in here. Okay, so for the back and the sleeve you're gonna do exactly the same. 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet in the back strand of yarn, and then in the chain 2 space you will do the increase. Here I'm in the space of chain 2, and again I'm gonna do 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, and I'm gonna continue with my double crochet in the back strand of yarn in here until I get to the chain 2 space in here to this double crochet, and then in the chain 2 space I will do a double crochet, chain 2, another double crochet. I will work this double crochet in the back strand of yarn until I get to this chain 2 space. I will do a double crochet, chain 2, another double crochet, and I work my last 15 double crochet in the back strand of yarn. So after you finish that, I will show you one more time in the next row, and from there you can continue until you have your desired size. Once you finish row number 2, it will look like this. So now for row number 3, going to be exactly the same as the row before. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and when you chain 3, that counts as the first double crochet is on top of the last double crochet that you did in here, you see. So you go to the back of the next double crochet, and you do your back strand double crochet, and you continue doing a back strand double crochet until you get to the chain 2 space, where you're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet inside. And like that you're going to continue working like the last row in each row until you have the desired size. I'm going to work on mine off camera, and I will let you know how many rows I will give to mine. Here I've done 9 rows, and now on row number 10 we're going to separate the front and back, and then the sleeve to leave them there to work later. So now in row number 10 you're going to chain 3, and you're going to work a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the chain space. Now if you like this smaller, I recommend to do 7 rows, and in row number 8 you do this row of separating the body of the sweater. If you want a little bit bigger than mine, I recommend to do 11 rows, and in row 12 do the separation. So you're going to continue doing this until you get to the chain 2 space. Now in the chain 2 space you're going to do a double crochet. Let me fix this one here. So you're going to do a double crochet, chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and you're gonna skip all these double crochet until you get to the chain 2 space. In that space you're gonna do another double crochet, and just like that you separated the first sleeve and the body like that. So now you're gonna continue working 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to this chain space in here. Now in the chain 2 space again, you're gonna do a double crochet. You're gonna chain 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and you're gonna skip these double crochets in here and go to the next chain 2 space in here, and you're gonna do another double crochet, and now you're gonna continue with the double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the end. So once you finish, it'll look like this, and in here you finish the similarity between this one and the girl's sweater. So now we're gonna start with the next color and a fantasy stitch in here. Really nice stitch. Now with the next color, you're gonna do slip knot, and you're gonna pass that loop inside the other loop in here. You're gonna pull that tail and make sure the little knot is in the other side of that loop, of this loop. You pull really well and you'll see that that will disappear in there, and it's like this one is coming inside from that one. Now you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna do a double crochet on top of each double crochet, but just a regular double crochet, not in the back strand, just normal, like this. Okay, so in a chain 10 space you'll do 10 double crochet. All the way to the end. 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. Once you finish, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to turn your work around. Now we're going to work the post, 2 front post, 2 back post, 2 front post, 2 back post, all the way to the end. So you're going to do 2 front post, 1, and 2 front post, I hate when they start to open the yarn, so let's start all over again. 2 front post, that's 1, and 2. Now 2 back post, 1 and 2. So that's the repetition you're gonna do. 2 front post, and I have 120 double crochet in here. So if you did exactly like mine, you should have 120. Now 2 back post, and like this you're gonna continue all the way to the end, doing 2 front post, 2 back post, 2 front post, 2 back post. So here I finished with 2 in the front. I have 1 left, it's the chain of 3, and I'm gonna do in the 3rd chain a double crochet. So I started here with a chain of 3 and 2 front post, and I finish here with 2 front post and a chain and a double crochet instead of chain of 3. Okay, now you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna turn your work around and you're gonna do the stitch as you see it. Okay, so in here you had 2 back posts, so you're gonna do 2 back posts, 1 and 2, and now 2 front posts. You see, I'm working them as I see them. Two back posts. And 2 front posts. Like this, you're going to continue all the way to the end, working the stitches as you see them. Once you finish that row, it will look like this. So now you're going to chain 3. I have 1, 2, and 3. You're going to turn your work around. Now you're going to work a double crochet on top of each double crochet. You don't going to work the post, just 1 regular double crochet on top of each double crochet on top of each post. And make sure you don't skip any stitch because you need to have this even. So you're gonna work this like so all the way to the end. Once you finish that row, now you're gonna change color. You're gonna bring the next color and here, and you're going to bring all the way up here and pass it through. Not too tight because I don't want to wrinkle this here. Later we're going to do some row of single crochet in here, and that will get lost in here. Okay, so you're going to pull this tail to secure the next one, and now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to change your work around. Turn your work around. Now you're going to change things around, and here they look in the back, and you're going to start exactly as we started in here in the front. You're going to start with 2 front posts, and then 2 back posts. Two front posts, and 2 back posts. And you're going to end up with a design like this. It looks really nice. So you're going to do this row all the way to the end. So now it's 2 front posts, 2 back posts, 2 front posts, 2 back posts. Here I finish that row. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to turn my work around, and I work the stitch as I see them. So now these 2 are back posts. So you're going to do 2 back posts. And then 2 front posts. Two back posts. And 2 front posts. Each color we're going to work for 4 rows. So in this one, with this color, we did the first row to change color, and then we did 2 rows in the post and then 1 flat one. So now with this color, we're going to start 3 in the post and 1 flat, and then the next color 3 in the post and 1 flat. The last row is the flat one that you don't work this post, it just is 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. That's before you change color. So you're going to continue this row with 2 front post, 2 back posts all the way to the end. It's like a tongue twister. And finish that row. I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work around, and again I'm going to repeat the post. 2 front post, 2 back post, 2 front post, and 2 back post, all the way to the end. And then the next row you had to do a flat row, and I call the flat because you are not working the post. You're doing just 1 double crochet in top of each double crochet, so they will be pretty much flat. When you do those 2 rows, I will meet you here to change one more time the color, and then from there you can continue working. I'm working on my second ball of yarn of this color until you have the desired length. I think for mine I'm gonna do like 18-19 row, depends. I'm gonna be trying on my model as I work. Okay, so do this row, work in the post, and do a flat row coming back, and I will meet you here at this point. Once you finish, it will look like this. Now we're gonna change color, and you see 4 row, 3 row of the post, and 1 flat row of double crochet. So now we're gonna change color. We're gonna bring this one all the way up here, okay, and don't pull it too tight. You don't want to wrinkle this one here, and then pull the tail at the one that you finished to secure the new one, and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna turn your work around. Now you're gonna work the opposite as you see the stitch in the post. So this one you see there front post and here. Now you're gonna start with the back post. So you're gonna do 2 back posts, and 2 front post. Two back post, and 2 front post. So you see these ones that are here in the back. Now we start them in the front. So this is the right side of the piece, and this is what the piece look like in the front part, like this. You see, start to change the color in here as well. So you're gonna continue doing this until you have the desired length. And remember, each color you have to do 4 row, 3 row of the post and 1 flat row, and then you change the color. Okay, here I have my 19 rows done. So what I did was 3 stripe of the lighter color and 2 of the darker color, and I finished here with only 3 rows at this color. That's why it's 19. I stopped when I did the 3rd row in the post, and I don't gonna do the last row of the flat 1 double crochet in top of each double crochet. Okay, you're gonna leave it there in 19. Now you can do a chain 1 here, cut the yarn, and you're gonna lose that tail, cut the yarn with the other color, lose that tail, and lose this one here, and this one we'll lose this one as we work the rows of single crochet for the border. And then now we're gonna work on the sleeve and then the border, and we have our little sweater. Here I did one of the sleeves. Look like that. They're very easy to do. You have to make sure, and here you have from 40 to 44 stitches, double crochet in the first row that you're gonna do with the same color that you start here. You know, the first row that you did here, you're gonna do it here, and you have to make sure 40 or 44. Okay, so we're gonna do some decrease here to make sure that we have 44 in here, or you can have less, but as long as 4 at a time. This one look a little bit big here, but with this part here that is smaller, I did some decrease in here. It looked really nice with this little cuff in here. So the stitch is exactly the same as we did in here. You can do just a flat stitch all the way, but I like it like this. Look really nice, and it's really warm. And I did 16 row and then that was until the darker color. And these last 3 rows I did one front post, one back post, doing decrease. So in total here I will have 22, okay, stitches to do that, because I decrease on each space. I did 2 together, like so, and it looked really nice in there. Now we're gonna start in here, and you're gonna do some decrease in here and in here to make sure that you have 40 or 44. For mine in here was 44, so I have to have 44 in this one. So you're gonna start with this color. You're gonna do a slip knot, and you're gonna come in here, and you're gonna pass your yarn, that loop, and you're gonna chain 3. At the same time, I'm gonna lose that tail. So now I'm gonna do 1 double crochet, and now I'm gonna do a decrease. I'm gonna do 1 double crochet. I'm gonna finish another double crochet, and I'm gonna put it together in those 3 loops. So that counts as 1 stitch, okay? Because we did a decrease, and the next row you're gonna do only 1 in the top of this one. So you count the chain as 3 as well. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So in here you're gonna do another decrease. So you're gonna do a double crochet. You're gonna finish another double crochet, and you have 4 in here, you see. And then I'm gonna do 1 here in the corner. That will be 5, and then I'm gonna do another decrease, and that will be in the top of this double crochet. I'm gonna pass it through that, and I'm gonna finish, and I'm gonna do a double crochet in the chain 2 space in here, and I'm gonna close it, and I have 6, you see. So you're gonna continue now doing 1 double crochet in top of each double crochet until you get to the other side here, and you're gonna do a decrease here and in here, and make sure that you have 40 or 44 stitches. For mine had to be exactly as I did in the other side, and that was 44 stitches. Once you finish the first row, you finish here with a slip stitch on the 3rd chain. So now we're gonna work the post, and as we work the post on all the stitches, we're gonna work the post in that chain as well. So you're gonna come here, this chain will be a front post. You pass your hook under the chain, you pass your yarn through, and you're gonna do a single crochet here, and you're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now you're gonna do 2 back posts. And you see this one that is a decrease, you're going to do only 1. And now you're going to do 2 front posts, and this one's a decrease, you're going to do only 1 in the top. And then you're going to do 2 back posts. You see, you're working exactly the same as you did for the body of the sweater, and the combination of rows is exactly the same. You're going to finish here. If you did exactly 44 or 40, you know, multiple of 4, you're going to finish here with another front post. That will be a front post like the chain. You do a slip stitch on the 3rd chain, and then you're going to work the stitches as you see them for 1 more row. And then in the next row it will be just a flat double crochet, and then you'll change color, and you do exactly the same as you did for the body you're gonna do on your sleeves. Except when you are changing color, when you finished this, you see the light blue and here the chain is front post. When you change to the darker color, the chain will be a back post. So let me show you here how you're gonna do the back post in the chain. So you're here, when you change color to the darker color, and then you will have the chain of 3 underneath, and this time you're gonna go under in front of the chain like this. You're gonna pass your yarn, you have 2 loops, and you're gonna do the single crochet in the back like that, and that will look like a back post. Okay, so you're gonna continue working until you have 2 rows of the lighter color and 2 rows or 2 stripes. 2 stripes of the darker color and 2 of the lighter. And then when you get into the end here, I will show you how you're gonna do that. Okay, so it's exactly the same as you did the change of color for the body and the number of stitches. Okay, so I'll meet you here when I'm ready to do the end. Here I have the length that I need for my sleeve. I have 1 stripe of the light, 1 of the dark, 1 of the light, 1 of the dark. Now I have to do the last one of the light color, and we're gonna do a decrease and the little cuff for the end of the sleeve. So here I have a band-aid because I pulled a little bit of skin here, and I did a little bit of cut in the top, and it's really uncomfortable to work with. Sometimes I touch it with my crochet hook and it really hurt. So in here, so you have here the chain, and you have a double crochet in the back. So you're gonna grab that one in the back, and see, you're gonna pass under those 2. You're gonna pass your yarn, you're gonna do a single crochet, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and there you did a decrease. Now you go to the next one, and you go through the back, pass in front of those 2, pass your yarn, and you're gonna do a double crochet. Now you go in front of these 2. You see this is 1 and 2. See, 1 and 2. You pass it through, and you're gonna do a double crochet, and your decrease on each 2 all the way to the end, doing double crochet. You see again these 2 in the front together and 2 in the back together. Now the next 2, and like this you're going to continue all the way around doing the decrease until you get in here. You do this one in the back, these 2 in the back, and you're going to finish here with a slip stitch on the 3rd chain. Okay. Once you finish with the slip stitch, it will look like this. You see, don't stretch, but as you work the other 2 rows, it'll get a little bit more flexible here, but it will be like this. So now the next row, you're gonna come here and you're gonna work the chain 3 as a front post, and later you'll lose these tails because we did some decrease and it's more difficult to lose this tail as you work. So you will lose this with your tapestry needle. So you come here, pass through the back of the chain, pull your yarns through, do a single crochet, chain 1, 2, and 3, and now you're going to work your post as you see them. This one is a back post, so you're going to do a back post. This one is a front post, so you're going to do a front post. The next one is a back post, you will do a back post, and then the front post, you will do a front post. Like this, you're going to continue all the way around. You're going to finish here with a slip stitch, and you're going to repeat this row 1 more time for a total of 3 rows, and it will be like this. And you see, you have a little more of a flexibility once you do those other 2 rows. So once you finish here, you finish with the slip stitch, lose the tails, and then we're going to start working in the front to create the little piece in the front and the buttonholes. Once you finish with the sleeves, they will look like this. So now we're going to start with the front, and we're going to start with the side that we're going to do the buttonholes. and that will be for a boy in the right side, facing you, the little sweater. If you put the sweater like this, will be in the left side, the buttonholes, and the buttons will be in the other side. So we're gonna start here in the top with single crochet, and I'm gonna do the front here with a lighter color. I finished with a dark color, and this is the third ball of this color, and I only use 10 grams from this one. So I use 110 grams of the dark color for this, and I still working in my second ball of this color because I use more of the darker color because this big piece in here. So I hope this is enough for the rest in here in the front. So we're gonna start with a slip knot. I'm gonna start here in the top. I'm gonna pass the little loop, and I'm gonna chain 1, and in here I'm gonna do my first single crochet. Now I'm gonna do another single crochet in here. So on each space of double crochet, you're gonna do 2 single crochet in the side. Because if you do 3, it will be too much. So like this, you see? You're going to continue working 2 single crochet in each double crochet space until you get to here to the end, and then we continue with the next row, and I loosen the tail at the same time. Well, I finished the first row and it look like this. Now we're going to start our second row, and in here you're going to chain 1. You're going to turn your work around, and you're going to do a single crochet on each single crochet. And in here sometimes we make the mistake of going in here to do the first single crochet, and if you do that, you're doing a decrease. Okay, you have to go in the first little hole that you see there. That is the first single crochet, because remember, single crochet are not the same as double crochet. Usually double crochet, you chain 3 and then go in the next space because this one counts as the first one. But here, the first one will be in here. You see, you have to go in the first hole, not in here. And if you do that, you'll have a nice and a straight work. So you're gonna continue doing a single crochet on each single crochet till you get to the end. And in the next row, we're gonna start doing the little holes for the buttons. So in the other side, you're gonna work exactly the same as this, but you're gonna do 5 rows of single crochet without leaving any holes for the buttons and this side. Okay, so look how nice this look, and nice and straight in the bottom. So you're gonna continue working this row of single crochet, and in the next one we're gonna start doing the little holes. I want you to see in here, by working 2 single crochet on each double crochet space, you have this nice and straight. It's very even in here and even in here in the bottom. Look, this like this is always tend to be a little bit bigger in here, you see, longer in the front. And then by working 2 single crochet on each space, it's nice and even. Okay, it take a better shape. So now we're gonna do the buttonholes, and in here I already chained 1, and I'm gonna do 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, and I'm gonna leave my first hole for the button. I'm gonna chain 1, I'm gonna leave 1 without working. I go to the next one and I'm gonna do a single crochet, and that's our first little hole. Now here I'm gonna do another one just to try the little hole to pass my button. You know, if I pass through, and then with 1 chain is enough. And look, I can pass it through with 1 chain, no problem, from one end, from one side to the other. So with chain 1 is enough for mine. So I'm gonna remove that one that I did. That way we're gonna start counting the space. So after you do the chain 1 and 1 single crochet, you're gonna start counting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the tail there. And 6. Again, I'm gonna chain 1, leave 1 without working, go to the next one and do a single crochet. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1, skip 1 and go to the next one and do your single crochet, and now count 6 more and so on until you get around here where you're going to finish with the last one, leaving a little piece open. Okay, so if you are using a bigger size button, what you do is you chain 2 instead of 1, and you count 1 and 2, and in the third one you do your single crochet and you'll have a bigger size hole. But for mine, with chain 1 is enough. So I will meet you here at the end of this row. Once you finish the third row, you're going to chain 1, change your work around, and now we're going to work in the fourth row, and we're going to define the little buttonholes. So you're going to do a single crochet on top of each single crochet until you get to the one before the chain space. Okay, here's the chain space in here, and we have that single crochet in here. We're gonna skip that one and we're gonna go inside the chain space and we're gonna do that single crochet. You see, like that. Now in the chain space we're gonna do the single crochet that we skipped and here in this side in row number 2, and now you're gonna do 1 single crochet and top of single crochet. You see, now the little hole is a little bigger and more defined, you can see it better, and I'm gonna show you in the next one why I'm doing that. So you're gonna continue working until you have one before the last single crochet before the chain space, and that's in here. If you look well, that little strand of yarn here and here, it will close the little hole, but if you work the single crochet, this one instead in the center, you work in here, you open the hole a little bit more, you see, and then you do that single crochet that you skip in here, you have to do it here, and then again a single crochet on top of each single crochet, and you see the little hole better. You see your little buttonholes in here and here and here. So you're going to continue doing this all the way to the end. You will do one more row of single crochet, you cut the yarn, lose the tail, and then we work on the other side where we're going to do 5 rows single crochet and finish our little sweater. Once you finish that side, it will look like this. Look how nice this look. So now we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, but this time we're going to start from the bottom, and you're going to come here, you're going to pass your hook, and you're going to do a slip knot, and you're going to do 5 rows of single crochet. Once you finish those 5 rows single crochet, don't cut the yarn, and I will meet you here. So for mine, what I did to make it easier, in this side I counted how many single crochet I have in this side, and I have 49. So I'm gonna try to put 49 in here, that way they're nice and even. Okay, so count the amount of single crochet on the other side, do 5 rows of single crochet, and I will meet you here. And then remember, don't cut your yarn. Once you finish, it will look like this. and that's why I recommend to start the front, this part in here, with the side of the buttonholes, that you start from the top down and this one from the bottom up, and you're gonna end up in the top to continue with the chain 1 and with single crochet all the way around the collar. So you're gonna do 1 or 2 rows. It's up to you the amount of row that you want to do in here. After I do my first row, I will check it out, and maybe I leave it just with 1 row. Okay, so you're gonna do 1 on each space on here, all the way around to the other side, and here to this little corner in here. So I'm gonna continue off camera, and I'll let you know how many rows I do in total. I maybe just do this one row. Here I decided to do 2 rows, but in this second row I'm doing some decrease in here where there is part, the round part here at the separation of the sleeve and the back and the front, and here where we start the increase in here. Here in the top I'm doing a decrease in each of those spaces. So I did 1 in here in the top, 1 in here, 1 in here, and now I'm gonna do the last one, and I will show you how I'm doing that. So right here in the top, you see, I'm gonna work a single crochet. I'm gonna finish, and I'm gonna work another one, and I'm gonna close in here, and that's the decrease. And then now I'm gonna continue with 1 single crochet on top of each single crochet until the end, and I did that in each of the 4 spaces. If you want to do more row, you can do more row and do again the decrease in there. Each time you do this round here, you do the decrease, otherwise it will be wider in here. Don't gonna look right. You have to do that decrease. So for mine, I'm gonna leave like this with only 2 rows. I like this, it looks really nice. So I'm gonna finish here, sew my buttons, and I will show you them. To sew the buttons, I recommend to even your piece in here, and then to place the buttons underneath the little hole in the top. And if you see the 2 little holes, that means there you can sew your button. And something else I wanted to show you is, remember that long stranded yarn from one color to the other one? You don't see that in here. You see? It's in here. You see it in the inside here, but you don't see it on this side in here. It looks really nice. So now I'm gonna sew the buttons, and I will show you the end result. Well, this is the amount of yarn that I have left from my work. This one is from my 2 ball of this color, and this one is from the 3rd ball of this color. I use only 10 grams from this one. I have 40 grams left here, and a little bit of my second of this. So this color, the darker color, you're gonna need a little bit more than this one. So this is the end result. It looks amazing. So this will fit a size 6 months to a year. I measure with a sweater that I have for my grandson that is 6 to 12 months, and is exactly the same size. So I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my videos with friends and family, that way you help me grow here in YouTube. And don't forget to go to my channel to check my other videos. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.